What's up, guys? It's your boy Mac, back with another statue unboxing and review. Today we have the Sideshow Collectibles Juggernaut to unbox. It's huge, big, not that heavy, but it's got no art box. That's controversial, so let's go ahead and get these things open up and see what we got inside. Alright, so I already opened these up or sliced them open so you can see. We just got some styrofoam shippers in these black boxes. So it looks like we did get an instruction manual. This is a little new. So they didn't ship art boxes, but they did ship this kind of like a art print / instruction manual, or assembly instructions. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these laid out on the table, start cutting them open. Now time for a little bit of knife action. So we're going to start with the small box. Hopefully that's the box that contains the base. Alright, open this up. So we were right, this has the base. So pull this out. So there's the bottom of Juggernaut's base. Call him Juggernaut. That pretty cool. And then we have some of the other pieces. So another piece of the base here. Bigger pieces of the base. Wrapped pretty nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull the rest of this stuff out and situate it on the table here like I normally do. A little bit of that before we lay it out. So this should contain the body. Seems like Jugs wants to come out of the box already. I think half of this thing's already open. Alright. Flip this around so we have Juggernaut's massive body. You have the Pryde exclusive right here. Go ahead and pull this massive body out of here. I don't know how to grab this thing, guys. So we have Jugs. He is massive, guys. Check that out. Not too heavy, but it's definitely got some weight to it. We have his head sculpt with the helmet. That's looking pretty cool. So you can see the hair underneath. And a little bit of stubble on the side here, but very cool. Pryde exclusive. We've got her hair portion right there. Her shoulder area. And then this is her head sculpt. So not bad. So the rest of this, we've got his fists. That thing. Pretty big. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of it all laid out and show you guys it all laid out on the table. Alright guys, so I have the complete statue laid out here on the table here. I kind of move stuff around in order to how it goes, because it does have instructions here on how you put it together. Without these, it would be a little bit difficult, but it's nice that they included these because there are quite a bit of pieces that you need to, of course, install first and do it in order to make sure that it goes smoothly. So first thing I'm gonna do is move big ass jugs out of the way so you guys can see what's going on. And I can move this turntable with the base on it. So, all right. So the first piece is labeled A, and that is going to be this shard piece, and it's going to go right here is the peg, and it keys into this like so. Alright, so I got it mixed up. This is the front of the statue, and this is supposed to aim towards this way. So I got it wrong. So let's go ahead and do it right this time. So that's how that's supposed to sit. A little bit of movement. Not 100% sure if that's the way that's supposed to be, but I guess we'll find out. Then the next piece is going to be B. So it has a key and a peg. Or a peg and a key actually right here. So you put this in like this, so it has a little hole, and you just basically line it up like that. And that's how that sits. The next piece is C, and that goes right here. So key and peg. Like that. And D, peg and key here. And I think that goes like, nope, can't read right. There we go. Like that. Next part is going to be Jug's body. So you have this huge peg and key that goes into the back part of the base back here. Okay. So he is situated the next we have the arms. So we have his left and his right arms. So we'll throw his left arm in. And then his right arm. And then you're supposed to put his helmet on, but I'm going to do it a little differently and throw it on last, because I like to crown off my pieces with the head sculpts last. So then you have these shrapnel pieces. So in these little keyholes here on the side, you have this little peg which goes in like that, and then this bigger peg, of course, goes right here. Actually, no, I got this one wrong. I think that's how, yeah, that's how that's supposed to go. And then you have the other large piece of shrapnel, which goes to his arm right here. It situates itself like that. Not a very strong magnet on that one, so. Oh, there you go. Just gotta push it in a little bit more. And then it has another key right here, which is for the other piece, which goes like, there we go, like that. Last but not least, my favorite part is the helmet and the grin, pissed off Juggernaut. And there you have the fully assembled Juggernaut piece. Alright, and then so the exclusive is the Kitty Pryde accessory, which just kind of goes like that. Has a little bit of felt right here, so just kind of slides. It just kind of holds it. It doesn't hold on there, but it just kind of chills like that. And then you put hand in, head sculpt. She's looking back like, no, Juggernaut, don't hurt me. Here. That's how that goes. Should have gotten a little turntable on this one. Hold on a second. Alright, there we go, guys. Now we're professionals. So there is the Kitty Pryde exclusive. So you can situate this any way you like. So what most I've seen is you can do it by itself, but then I've seen that you can actually kind of situate her down here like that. It actually looks a little awkward. Looks like she's maybe grabbing for a little bit of something that she shouldn't be grabbing for. But yeah, I'm just going to move that. But yeah, kind of weird that that doesn't have a peg on it, so that way it doesn't move around. Seems like that could get broken very easily. So all right, guys, I'm gonna take some time and look over this piece and come back with a review. So far, I'm really digging it. I think this piece came out fantastic. So, all right, guys, I'll be back here in a minute for a review. Alright, guys, I've taken my sweet old time and looked over this piece and nitpicked it a little bit, trying to find some stuff or some flaws. So we're gonna go ahead and do a review on this piece, and we're gonna start from the bottom as always. So what the main things that I really like about this piece are the base aspects. You have the danger room up front, and it kind of follows along with the rogue and the other line. So very cool that follows along with that kind of the same coloring effect with the blue that's coming through the cracks. And then the best thing that I think about this base that it actually still has, or it has this X-Mansion kind of wood effect here, where he's coming through and smashing through the X Mansion and going towards the danger room. How it kind of closes off. You have that here, so I think that's very cool. So then you have this splintered effect too, that is done very well too. You can actually see where it's got this like the material that's coming up through the floors too. So very cool. I'm really digging this base, and I just like the engineering of it, because you have him coming through, and he's actually not, his foot's not actually resting on this, but he's kind of supporting himself on this actual front piece here, where you can see that, you know, it's actually got like, looks like maybe he might have punched that too, where it's got some imprints or knuckle imprints right here. So very cool. I'm digging the whole base and just the engineering of it again. It's got these like wires that are coming through. I know the road piece had kind of the same flow, where it had these wires and everything too, but you can actually move them. It actually had some real wires in there, but this one does not have that. But very cool. The other thing I like too about this, you know, I'm a stickler about the tread on the statues. I think that if these are blank, it just doesn't add that much to it, but they went through and added this to it, so it's very cool. It has the detail on it, and it also has like this little kind of mud speckle detail to it as well. So it actually looks like rubber. The only thing that I did find on mine, I think I had a couple blemishes here, so it looks like it's kind of broke off. Right, I know it's broke off here, and it looks like they might have just tried to go and just paint it through. And maybe they thought that I wouldn't, or somebody wouldn't notice that, but I picked that up here pretty quickly. And also it's got a little bit of, I think it's chipped off here too. So I'll contact Sideshow, see if there's anything that they can do about that. Maybe send another body out. Other flaws too, I had like a little bit of paint rub on the front of the statue. When you take it out of the box on the styrofoam, I can actually see like a little bit of red and brown where it looked like it had been rubbing. So kind of like on this thing here too. I don't think it picks up on camera, but the boots are done very well. I like the leather aspect of them, like he's going forward. Definitely a motion piece. Got the little folds here all on the boots. Those are done very well. These are completely sculpted. His pants kind of have that same like kind of texture. I love the grittiness and like just the detail that goes throughout. His muscles, his quads are looking really big, and then you have these little pieces here where he's coming forward, of course, smashing through the door, and they're coming up on his leg and getting ready, of course, to bounce off. His torso is, you know, quite wide. You can see a little bit of muscularity detail through there, and then you have like the leather on his front of the costume that he's got on. That's done well, nice and weathered. And then going towards like his back area, you got some jug cakes. The jug cakes are wide, not very like sticking out, but you know, hey. The back muscles are done like how you would think jugs would be, very muscular. I think they did a killer job on sculpting this and getting that out. And I really like how you can actually see like the seams right here. Well, not the seams, but you can see the like the little stitching that they tried to make on that. So the stitching that's going through here on the leather part of the costume. And then on his arms, I like the detail on his arms. Like the actual skin texture is very gritty on that. So you can see that it's got like a little bit of paint speckle for, you know, to show that the skin effects. And then it's also got like these little like blue detail that, you know, shows like the vein, where you can actually see the vein that pops up right here, and also right down here on his other arm. But very cool coloring effect on his arms and on the skin, and his little shackles and his gauntlets. Another thing too, you can actually see that he's got a little bit of stitching there on his gauntlet there, on his right arm, or his right hand there. They try to mimic the like pigment and like kind of like a hair follicle effect going up, like especially like right here on his wrist. And the knuckles are very dingy and very you know, just kind of nasty looking. And then you can, I like too on his elbow. The elbow looks pretty good too. I think that's done really well. And there's no armpit hair. I know some people might like that, but it's not there. But very, very good looking sculpt. and very cool details on the skin. And then you have the shrapnel on his arm, and you have like the motion of him coming forward, and then you have the shrapnel that's coming out. So you can see definitely the effect of that kind of follows the effect of, you know, the shrapnel here on his leg. Very cool. This piece, like I said, you had to kind of push it in to get it to stick in, but it's on there. It's not going anywhere. And he's got his little brass knuckles on there as well. Very cool looking, very scarred up, beat up. Fingernails are looking pretty cool too. Dingy, dirty hands. Very good weathered piece. And on his helmet, I think that's probably like one of the best things about it. You can see, you know, his teeth. He's got that little dirt detail and kind of growiness on his teeth. You can still see the expression on his face through the helmet. Just looks like he's pissed off and coming right at you. And then I know I showed it on the unboxing part, but if you look underneath the helmet, you can see like he's got a little bit of stubble here going on there. So you can see that hopefully on camera, but you can feel it up there. It'd be really cool if they had an option of a unmasked or unhelmeted head. I have a feeling that somebody's probably going to commission that, and I would definitely be into possibly picking that up too. So I really like this piece. I think everything's great about it. It's weathered perfectly. It really looks good, and I was actually on the fence about picking it up, and I'm actually glad that I actually picked it up. So the exclusive, of course, is the Kitty Pryde. I'm just going to kind of bring that here forward. So everything's done well on that too. Paint looks good. There's no paint bleeds. It doesn't have the wonky eyes. I think some people were having issues with that. Neither does Jugs, of course. But everything looks good on that. The hair sculpt is good. The head sculpt's good. The head does seem to wobble a little bit, but I mean, I'm not going to be moving it around. And I think it's going to stay in place. And then you have her hair where you stick that in there, and that seems to be fine too. So very cool. Accessory. I would have probably rather had like another head switch out, but you know, you get what you get, and it's kind of cool to have this too. So I think I'm going to not put it on the base, because when I did, it kind of looked a little funny if you remember that from earlier. But you know, people have you know what? You know why I did that? I had this on here. I don't think if you're supposed to do that, I think you could probably put her like this, and that doesn't look as bad as before. So you can kind of do that. Still kind of looks like, depending on how you position it, still looks like she's trying to maybe grab something, but you know, hey, I'm just gonna stick her off to the side. So if you were on the fence about picking this piece up, I definitely think that you should reconsider it. In my opinion, it's not an exclusive or fail piece, but if you wanted the extra, of course, the Kitty Pryde to go along with it, it doesn't hurt. And also to have the lower edition size, I think this is actually sold out, or maybe on wait list. But if you're still waiting on your wait list to convert and you've got a good position, I think you should probably hold out on that. So, but either way, I think this piece is definitely worth picking up either way you go. So it gets a max seal of approval. On that note, now you've heard my thoughts, let's go ahead and grab a second opinion. What's up, Jim?
What's going on, Mac? I just got done doing my review on this, and I don't know what to say. I think impressive is just the best way to describe this piece. It is just such a massive piece with great attention to detail. I'm just blown away by it. I know you like all those huge pieces too, so this is right up your alley for sure, man. And I don't know how you still have room up at the Mac Palace. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts with this. I'm glad to hear it ended up having a low edition size because it was a little bit pricey. So not too many of these are going to be out there, and anyone who has it is going to be happy that they got it. So thanks for bringing me on. I hope you enjoy yours. Stay minty fresh. Peace.
Yeah, man, I'm super impressed by this piece. Blown away by it as well. Appreciate your input, bro. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures and end this video out on that. Hope you guys like this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Give me a like on the way out. Share this video with everybody that you think likes Jugs, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.